buy your shows, movies on VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, 4K, because you never know. Because much like what's happened with the video stores, Netflix is sort of getting that taste of their own medicine. Hello fellow followers, and welcome back to FanZcene. And today I have for you, from the video store to streaming, what we gave up. This idea for this video came to me because, I've been doing a lot of videos like this about streaming versus physical media. And, I love physical media. I'm a huge supporter of it. And I'm not going to lie and say that I don't have streaming. I have streaming services. I'm not a hypocrite. I have streaming services, but I just still prefer this. 9 times out of 10, I would grab it off the shelf before I would stream it. And, there are some streaming services I do support, like Shudder and Full Moon Features and stuff, because they tend to still put their movies and shows on Blu-ray and DVD. So if I need to get rid, cancel the streaming service or put it in a hold for a while, I still have that movie or that TV show because they put it out on DVD or Blu-ray. But for this video here, let's take a trip back to 1997 when Reed Hastings and Mark Randolph, the founders of Netflix, came up with this idea. See, Reed Hastings incurred a rather large late fee on a video cassette, and with that, I guess it made him mad, and he decided, along with Mark Randolph, to have the idea of shipping movies through the mail on DVD, because they were sturdier than VHS and it was a new format, and it was taken over, and it was more feasible to ship them through the mail than VHSs for a monthly price, no late fees, which is actually a really good idea. And it is beneficial for so many people out there who can't get to the video store and everything and didn't like the late fees. I get it, I understand it, and their goal was to go towards streaming, and that was their end goal basically. And so yeah, it was a great idea, and it provided ease and comfort. But ease and comfort is not always the best. It's not always the best. Sometimes ease and comfort can lead to problems and loss of joy and happiness at the same time, because we become too complacent with things. And in the process of building Netflix, much like Blockbuster put out small mom and pops, Netflix started to put out Blockbuster, Hollywood Video, and all the remaining mom and pop video stores, which was sad. And if this guy could have just brought back his videotape, this guy brought back his videotape.
I have to return some videotapes.
Sometimes you just got to return the video cassette tapes. Maybe we wouldn't be in this situation here, but I'm not stupid to think that streaming is going anywhere or anything like that. It's essentially the future of home entertainment. It is home entertainment, and sadly, it's also starting to kill off the theater going experience, which is just mind-boggling, because you don't always need to stay in your house and watch and consume. Sometimes it's fun to get out. I remember going to the video store and getting out there, and in some cases, if you hit the right video store and the right people there and the right manager and cashier and everything, you could talk and have some great conversations about movies, what you want to pick up, what you don't want to pick up, what was legit, what wasn't legit. And it was just a fun, great time just to perusing it. And you got out in the world, you got to move around, you got to exercise, you got to meet, you got to interact with people. Because I do think, this easy inconvenience of streaming and staying home and going to the video library, doing on your phone, it's made us lazy. It's made us divide amongst each other. It's given us content that's consumable, not entertaining. It's filled with messaging. It's filled with stupidity. It's filled with to make you just sit there and just consume. Because a lot of these streaming services and stuff like Netflix and them, when they first started, they built their companies off of independent filmmakers, independent films, content from other people, older content, because, it was fun to be able to log on to these at the time and go back through older movies and everything and see stuff that maybe you didn't find in the video store that you can now find on streaming, which was awesome. And then, once we all sort of went through all that, the new stuff just came on and it was lacking and it was not good. It was not entertaining. It was just content driven, and they also, like, these streaming services also sort of got scared of YouTube, and when YouTube was fresh and in infancy before it's become what it is now, because people like myself and so many other people out there found an outlet to make videos and be entertaining and creative themselves and build their own audiences, and it started taking their audiences away from these other things. So they sort of wanted to become like that, and in the process, everything's, like I said, I don't mean to keep saying this, but it's all just become content driven to be mass consumed, not entertaining. And, you know, I vividly remember this conversation I had with the manager of my last Blockbuster, because that was my last video store. Everything else had shut down. You know, we were talking, me and her, about how we preferred going through the shelves and looking at the movie cases, the covers, and picking up the boxes, and you know, reading the backs of them, because it felt like much more of an experience than strolling through your phone or a computer to pick out a movie. And then not long after that, my Blockbuster closed. And so, yeah, you know, and like I said, I went into streaming, I went into that, but I still prefer physical media, and I say 100% always and forever, support physical media. Buy your shows, movies on VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, 4K, because you never know. Because much like what's happened with the video stores, Netflix is sort of getting that taste of their own medicine, because they become so big that they didn't think they would be touched. Now they're being touched, because now there's multiple streaming services, and those streaming services and those network televisions have started to take their content and their entertainment from Netflix and put it on their streaming services, so other people couldn't come to them and purchase their streaming services. And in the process, like we are seeing now, Netflix is losing subscribers. They're planning to lose 2 million more subscribers, and their stockholders are suing them for lying about subscriber count. And not only that, they've had troubles like with Cuties, Netflix, which I still don't understand why they stood for that movie. That movie should be gone. I don't get it. That's just not something you want to stand your ground on. And, you know, in the process, Netflix have damaged themselves. And we have all these other streaming services, which is, you know, once you start adding all them up, it's more than basic cable used to be. And a lot of those streaming services are starting to stall out and not hitting their growth rate as well, too, because of everything that's going on. And I also, you know, I think that's a combination of too many streaming services, too much entertainment. Well, I can't really call it entertainment. A lot of it's just content driven. And what entertaining movies and TV shows that you might find are few and far between, because there's so much just being greenlit and made that it's just mind-numbingly hard to find something that's good amongst them. And in the process, it's also starting to kill off the theater-going experience, which is a whole nother bag of worms. And it's just, I can't believe that's starting to happen. And it's just, I don't know. Sometimes giving up things you loved because of something else that's easier and more pleasing and seems like the right ideal doesn't necessarily mean it's the right ideal, doesn't necessarily mean it's easier, and it doesn't necessarily mean you're gaining something. In the process, you're losing a lot. You're losing a lot. And that's sad to see, and that's sad to hear. And, you know, I still think there's a way to bring back the video store and have, you know, certain areas have video stores. Maybe nothing like huge as they once were, but I do think there's a way. I understand that there's complications, inflation, and everything, which sucks. But if you have like certain video stores with certain titles, and maybe certain titles exclusive to them, of movies that maybe went out of print, like Tim Hayes, who is a subscriber here, he mentioned that maybe you could have like some of those movies that went out of print that are harder to find, and then maybe you can't find on streaming, in a video store that might help the video store, which I think is a really great idea, and I think that's something you can do. You know, maybe you can get some of those boutique Blu-rays in there as well to help boost up these video stores. But also, you know, you got to keep the price at the right thing, because so there's a lot of logistics to it. But in the end, you know, I don't know where streaming is going to be headed, what's going to happen. You know, the price changes, commercials, see what happens when you give up things. You didn't have commercials with the video store. So yeah, maybe you couldn't find what you wanted. Maybe you, you know, you just didn't like going out. But in the end, you're right back to where you don't have much of a choice now. You either have to watch the commercials, you have to pay to share your password, you have to price increases on the streaming services, which was never supposed to happen in the first place. Well, I mean, eventually you knew what was going on, but I mean, look where we're at now. Sometimes ease and comfort is not for the best. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts on this? Really, truly, what are your thoughts about this? I want to read that. Let me know. Leave me some comments. And if you liked what you saw here, please give the video a like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, share the video out for everybody to see. Thank you guys for watching wherever you guys are. Please have a great, safe, happy, healthy day, morning, afternoon, evening, and night. Godspeed.
Every state of the nation, the red, white, and blue, we're bringing the blockbuster difference to you. The newest releases, the biggest selection. America, we're coming in your direction. Show us your cards, America.
If all you want is everything, check out the selection at Blockbuster Video. Thousands and thousands of quality movies. It's why millions of Americans show us their cards every week, and we show them everything we've got.
Take you down the street to the farthest star.